Did Triple H quietly break up a legendary WWE faction on Monday Night Raw? Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Since taking over WWE's creative regime, Triple H has regularly made pivotal changes, be it repackaging superstars or introducing new factions. While some changes have been noticeable, others have unfolded discreetly. Given the recent situation, fans have been wondering whether the game quietly dismantled a prominent faction on Raw. Latino World Order. LUO's conspicuous absence from the Red Brand's show has sparked widespread speculation among fans. Zelina Vega, Cruz del Toro, Joaquin World, and Dragon Lee have all been noticeably missing from the show of late. It has been a while since the LUO stablemates have been spotted with Rey Mysterio, leaving fans wondering about the faction's status. However, Triple H has not broken up the Latino World Order. A major reason why the members of the group have not been seen together is due to a lack of creative plans for them. The company is seemingly struggling to book Rey Mysterio and co. in a faction versus faction feud on Monday Night Raw, and this creative dilemma may be the reason for their prolonged absence. The Master of 619 made a surprise appearance on the latest edition of SmackDown and also competed in an impromptu match. Meanwhile, Zelina Vega has been making sporadic appearances on Raw, while Dragon Lee has been absent from the Red Brand's show for quite some time. This is a clear indication that the company currently has no plans for LUO. Charlotte Flair to return and wrestle at TUR in CHAM. It remains to be seen whether Triple H has plans to keep the legendary faction active or if he decides to disband it in the coming months. LUO's fate is looming in uncertainty. Rey Mysterio's surprise appearance on the Blue Brand's show this week has created quite a buzz among fans. The legendary luchador competed in a singles match against Kevin Owens on the Friday night show, in which he suffered a loss. However, this also caused the WWE Universe to wonder whether the veteran had switched rosters. However, there are no reports of Mysterio moving to SmackDown. The recent episode of Blue Brand's show took place in San Diego, California, which happens to be his hometown. Therefore, the Master of 619 paid a visit to the show to greet his home crowd and announced his participation in the Men's Royal Rumble match. Triple H does not seem to have any plans of moving Rey Mysterio to Friday nights. The WWE Hall of Famer is set to remain a part of Monday Night Raw on Netflix. However, fans can certainly expect some inter-brand feuds involving Rey, as the brand split seemingly no longer holds any significance. It will be quite interesting to see what the future holds for the legendary luchador, and if the game has any major plans for him for WrestleMania 41. On Monday Night Raw, WWE fans were shocked by an unexpected turn of events, one that seemed to signal the end of an era for a legendary faction. As the camera panned across the ringside area, fans began to notice that the once solid unity of one of WWE's most iconic groups had begun to crack. Triple H, long considered one of the masterminds behind the group's formation and success, appeared to make a series of decisions that hinted at a quietly executed breakup of this faction. The fallout from this moment would have significant repercussions for not just the group's members, but for the entire WWE landscape. The faction in question has been an integral part of WWE programming for years, built on a foundation of strength, unity, and shared goals. Each member of this faction brought a unique set of skills, personalities, and characteristics that complemented one another. Together, they represented a dominant force in WWE, and their influence had extended beyond the ring, shaping storylines, rivalries, and even corporate decisions. As such, fans and analysts alike were stunned when Triple H, who had long been associated with the faction, seemingly took a step back from his leadership role and allowed the tension within the group to surface. For months leading up to this moment, subtle signs of discord had been building. Small cracks had appeared in the faction's otherwise flawless facade. In backstage segments, members of the group had begun to clash more frequently, with differing opinions and motivations starting to surface. While these tensions had been carefully hidden from the public eye, it became clear that not everyone was on the same page. The chemistry that once held the group together was starting to deteriorate, and Triple H, as the figurehead of the faction, was seen as the one who could either mend the rift or escalate the stage where everything seemed to come to a head. The segment that played out in front of a live audience left many wondering if Triple H had, in fact, orchestrated a quiet yet deliberate breakup of the faction. What followed was a series of events that seemed to signal the end of an era, with each member of the group facing their own destiny in WWE, possibly without the support of the others. Triple H, known for his calculated approach to booking and storytelling, was often the architect behind such pivotal moments in WWE history. His ability to craft long-term narratives and make seemingly small decisions that had lasting effects on the product was one of the reasons why he had earned the respect of both fans and wrestlers alike. This situation, however, was different. Instead of a dramatic, high-profile confrontation that would leave fans on the edge of their seats, Triple H took a quieter, more subtle approach. As the evening unfolded, it became evident that Triple H had distanced himself from the group in a way that few could have predicted. His decisions were tactical and deliberate, yet they lacked the usual bombastic flair that had defined his previous storyline-driven moments. Instead of making an appearance alongside the group or intervening in key moments, he remained on the periphery, allowing the other members of the faction to take the spotlight. While some might have seen this as a sign of Triple H stepping aside and allowing the faction to evolve without his influence, others believed it was a signal that the group was no longer a priority for the WWE executive. The faction, which had once been a cohesive unit, now appeared fractured, with each member seemingly pursuing their own goals. One by one, the members of the faction were seen breaking away, each displaying a level of autonomy and independence that had not been previously witnessed. For years, they had been united by a common purpose, but now, in the wake of Triple H's subtle yet decisive actions, it appeared as though that unity had come to an end. The absence of Triple H's leadership seemed to trigger a chain reaction within the faction. As one member began to question their loyalty and commitment to the cause, others followed suit. The once unbreakable bond that had defined the faction was now crumbling under the weight of internal strife and outside pressures. Fans who had long invested in the group's rise to prominence were left to wonder if this was the beginning of the end or simply a new chapter in the faction's storied history. Triple H's role in the faction's breakup has been a subject of much debate. Some believe that he orchestrated the entire event as part of a larger storyline, using the breakup as a way to set the stage for new rivalries, fresh character development, and an evolution of WWE's main event scene. Others argue that this was simply a reflection of a changing landscape within WWE, where older factions give way to the next generation of talent. In the aftermath of Monday Night Raw, the faction's members were left to fend for themselves. Some began to embrace their newfound freedom, eager to strike out on their own and carve their own path in WWE. Others seemed more uncertain, grappling with the reality of no longer being part of the group that had defined their careers. The question on everyone's mind was whether this was truly the end for the faction, or if it was simply the beginning of a new chapter for each of its members. In the days following Raw, speculation ran rampant among fans and pundits alike. Was Triple H's decision to break up the faction a sign that he had lost faith in its ability to succeed? Or was it a calculated move designed to shake things up and create fresh opportunities for everyone involved? Either way, the decision had far-reaching implications, not just for the faction, but for the entire WWE product. As the weeks went by, it became clear that the breakup of this legendary faction was not just a one-off storyline. The fallout from Monday Night Raw had a lasting impact on the careers of those involved. New alliances were formed, rivalries were reignited, and the dynamics of WWE's main event scene were shifted in ways that had not been seen in years. Triple H's role as the architect of this upheaval was undeniable. And while fans may have been caught off guard by the faction's dissolution, they couldn't deny the excitement that came with the uncertainty of what would come next. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updated news.